You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. It is your host, Brian Fullerton here, hanging with you guys, and good morning. Well, today's podcast episode, I wanted to answer a question that I received from one of you guys via Instagram. Actually, this one might have been from email now that I think about it a little bit more, and that was the topic of what do we do to get ready for the spring rush? Thought it was a really good question and one that's pretty timely. You know, if you guys are listening in on the podcast real time here, it's almost February 1st. We got a couple more days and we're going to be switching to the next month of February here. And that for a lot of you guys is kind of the alarm bells sounding if you're down south. And basically about mid-February or so is the alarm bells going off for us up in the Midwest to really get our stuff together to start sending out our marketing materials, our postcards, our contracts, our contract renewals. Basically you're a little bit more than 2/3, maybe even 3/4 of the way done with winter, if you will. And basically spring is right around the corner. So thought it was a really good question. I said, hey, before we do that, let me go to IG and we'll do a little question poll. I love having you guys weigh in and, submit questions or topics or ideas that can help us with the podcast or anything I can do to, really help you guys grow. So I do have a list of questions here that I wanted to run through or submissions that you guys have proposed that are things that you guys do to get ready for the spring rush. And then also hopefully chime in a little bit here along the way with some that we do as well, maybe some of the missing gaps in between all these different comments that you guys submitted. So that being said, I just want to say, I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to the show. If you guys are new, Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. We drop a Monday, Wednesday, Friday show, usually anywhere from about 30 to 45 minutes, trying to teach you guys and just share with you the latest and greatest that we can with running a successful lawn and landscaping business. We're out here in the Metro Detroit market, up here in Michigan, about 40 minutes west of Detroit in the burbs. We've got about 4 full-time guys working for us right now, 3 trucks moving and grooving, 1 super crew for the lawn maintenance stuff, and that will probably be expanding pretty heavily here over the next 6 months. Really excited about that. A couple mowers on order from Exmark, eyeballing a new trailer from SureTrack. We are looking at some other truck upgrades here later this spring, another truck upgrade this fall. I'm telling you what, folks, things are moving and grooving, and we're looking to grow in a big, big way. My wife, Liz, and I, we've been in business, believe it or not, for like 17 freaking years. Sometimes it feels like we just got started yesterday. Other times I feel like we've been doing this for quite a while. Business has been moving quite a bit the last couple of years, but there was a good 10, 12-year stint where it was kind of the dark ages where we had a pretty small business and we were floundering, quite honestly, through the maze of figuring out how to grow a successful lawn and landscaping business. A couple of resources if you guys are new. We've got our Instagram page, tons of content there. The YouTube channel, 1,100 plus videos as well. LawEntrepreneurAcademy.com. Obviously, listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Anything we can do to help you guys grow. We've probably got a topic on it out there in the ether. Okay, so let's do this really quick. One thing I wanted to just give a quick plug. And if you guys are listening to this real time, is Law Entrepreneur Academy link. That's our private Facebook group and membership that we just started about 2 to 3 months ago. Growing like crazy. Tomorrow, we are actually going to be doing our live stream. Normally do it on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. This week, we're bumping it forward a day. We actually have a special guest that's going to be joining us, Mr. Blake Albertson, owner of B&B Lawn Care. Him and his wife, Natalie, out of the Kansas City, Missouri area, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's Kansas City, Missouri. So we're really excited about having him in. We're actually down here in Florida real time, hanging out in, where the heck are we? Tampa area. And Blake's going to be joining us over in Orlando as we make the pilgrimage over that way. We happen to be in town. I know he was going to be in town. I said, hey, bro, you want to link up? So the families are all going to get together and I think hit up one of the parks. But I said, hey, if Wednesday's going to be our big family day and you guys are in a day early, do you mind hopping on and doing a live stream with me and hanging out with the Law Entrepreneur Academy link Facebook group? And he said, dude, love to. Absolutely. So a lot of you guys know Blake. He's got a great business going. They just literally assimilated and bought another company last July, I think it was the story. And basically, essentially doubled the company that they had, which is incredible. So I don't know how many lawns they're mowing, a couple hundred every week. I think it was north of 250 or something like that. Probably got a half dozen guys working for him in one way, shape, or form, but they're growing like crazy. Blake's had a lot of ups and downs, lefts and rights, learned a lot along the way. So we're really excited about having him pour into you guys for an hour. And usually we do one guest live stream per month, part of Link. Usually that person has a multi-million-dollar company or above. And then the other couple weekly Wednesdays is myself, and we'd have a plethora of different topics. But I'm trying to get more guests in there, and I just love hearing from other folks. You guys get a lot of my thoughts, if you will. So Blake volunteered his tribute, and so he's going to be joining us on the live. So if you have not joined Link, I highly encourage you guys to check it out. 170 plus members growing. Every time you hear me talk about the podcast, have you noticed the number is upticking? That's because it's a great resource. We're getting the word out. I know we're going to have a couple hundred members by spring and summer. If you guys have all these questions, I get emails every single day. Brian, what size truck do you have? Brian, what size dump bed? Brian, what's the best truck to get? Brian, what do you think about this mower brand? What do you think about that mower brand? Hey, we're looking to upgrade trailers. What do you think? All great topics. We probably have a video or a podcast already on it. Always happy to answer your question via email. But I'll tell you, like every single question that you have, you can literally put it in Link. The group is $29 a month, like 1-800-FREE-HELP, for $29 a month. And you could literally submit every single question you ever thought in that group. And not only will I spend the time to answer it, but so will so many other people and stir on so much great conversation. So tremendous resource. It's a safe place to ask questions. Nobody's going to beat you up. It's extremely different. It's a community you can belong to. So if you guys have not joined yet, we'll leave a link in the description. You got to check it out. Just really excited about the growth there. And that's where the conversation is happening for those that are looking to grow a medium-sized business. Those that are at 0, 50, 100 grand, looking to grow to 300 grand, 400 grand, 500 grand into $1 million plus. And it's just been a tremendous resource. So don't miss Link Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. If you guys are already part of the group, you're getting the emails and you know that Blake's coming down the pike. So make sure you guys check that out. All right, let's see. Any other housekeeping rules? I want to say rules, but any other housekeeping? Hey, one thing I was just going to mention, a lot of you guys are getting ready to upgrade a bunch of stuff in the spring. Don't forget the good old Brian's 10 coupon code saves you 10% at brands like Equipment Defender, Proven Locks, Cujo Yardware, ISO Tunes, Ballard Products, and so much more. Super appreciate you guys reciprocating with that code. You guys save 10% on all those websites and brands. A lot of you guys are, upgrading utility trailers and closed trailers. We're going to be doing the exact same thing here on a couple, probably about 6-8 weeks. So if you guys are upgrading any of that stuff, make sure you guys check out the Brian's 10 code, and thanks for the support as well. Let's go through the questions that we had submitted, and we'll go through this pretty quickly, and we'll just kind of run it back for about the next 20, 25 minutes. And then to be honest with you, I'm going to actually do the one thing that I literally don't do, which is watch TV, and we're going to go watch the Lions hopefully beat the San Francisco 49ers. Is that right? I'm pretending like I know what I'm talking about here. Not a huge sports fan, but anytime a local team, is in the playoffs or going to some bowl or some cup, Liz and I love hopping on the bandwagon and showing our support and checking out what everybody's always excited about. Of course, all my guys that work for me love the football with the Lions, and so it's a great thing to be able to have something to relate with those guys, if you will. So that being said, let's do this really quick. Let's go through some topics here that I think would be super helpful to help you guys get ready for spring, and in no particular order. Now, number one, Momin Lawn Care. He said, nail down your estimating process and get used to not having sleep. That's a great first one to start. Yeah. That's pretty fair. There's a good 8 to 10, maybe 12-week window where it's pretty much all hands on deck. 60, 70-hour work weeks. It's mandatory 6 days a week for us until the first part of June. So no doubt about it there. It's a great time to get the work done. But I do like what you said there. Nail down your estimating process. And that could be your sales funnel. Like, hey, if an email submission comes in or a phone call comes in, where do they go to next? Who's handling them? What's being handled? What's being communicated? What's your follow-up process look like? This is literally stuff you can document and start making some sales funnel conversations or sales and marketing conversations part of your company. Hey, even if it's just you, start scripting these things out. What's working on the phone, what's not working on the phone, so on and so forth. And then also your estimating process. Like, hey, do you have your pricing locked down? What are your prices this year for 2024? Is that intelligent pricing based on something that you arbitrarily made up? Or is it intelligent pricing based on something that your budgeting software actually told you to charge? Something that I really challenge a lot of folks here in 2024 is to know their exact numbers and budgets and overhead and what they're actually making in their company. You're going to hear me talk probably quite a bit here about Element in the future. And that's something that I'm very, very genuinely excited about, is really locking down our bidding and estimating process here in 2024. So more of that to come down the pike, but that was a great first suggestion. Let's keep riddling through these. Get all your marketing ready and started, and make sure your equipment is ready. Oil changes, filters, etc. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the next 6 weeks or so, it's a great time to get your mowers lined up, your batteries changed out, air filters changed out, spark plugs changed out, fuel filters changed out. Of course, the oil change, absolutely. I would even add maybe something like your dampeners on your zero turn, lap bars, or on the handles for your stand-up mowers. Maybe check your tires or upgrade to some track discs, from Exmark, the airless tires. Those are great things that you can check out. Make sure your belts look good on your transmissions and also on your deck belt. How's the main deck belt, serpentine belt doing? Those last about 250 to 400 hours plus or minus, usually about 300. If you have some big chunks missing in that thing, hey, I know it's $200 for a belt, but it's probably a good time to just throw on a new one. Last thing you need to do is be running 6 days a week, be working on Saturday at 10 a.m., and then your dealer happens to be closed or something like that, and your deck belt goes out, and you are busier than a one-legged man in a fanny kicking contest. Don't have a spare deck belt. Always keep an extra deck belt, by the way, in the trailer. Always keep an extra transmission belt in your trailer. It's not if, it's a when. So always keep those in your trailers. We have one of those spare all the time, including the bagger belt that we have for our UltraVac system for our Exmark mowers. Getting your marketing ready, that is a great conversation as well. Postcard Mania, you're going to hear me talk a lot about them over the next 3 or 4 months. And, frankly, for the following few years, we are literally getting ours ready as well for another commercial mailer. We're getting into a bunch of more commercial work. You guys have heard me talk about that over the years. Get your marketing materials lined up, your door hangers printed off, your marketing materials printed off, your postcards printed off. If you're not mailing them, make sure that you're having them printed and shipped to your house and you're ready to rock and roll for, hand billing. But if you are going to mail them, make sure you have your mailing campaigns set up and already paid for and prepaid for. And that way, maybe you're in the Midwest and you're going to start having those go out February 15th and again, maybe March 1st or March 15th, right? You can already get all that stuff going now. You don't have to wait to 3 days before to notice that the weather's 50 degrees out and say, hey, now it's probably a good time to start marketing. But yeah, absolutely. That was from Pine State Landscaping. Great submission. All right, start earlier than early. Maybe earlier every year is probably the best way to say that. Yes, the sooner you can start getting out your commercial bids and estimates, the better. The sooner you start working on your maintenance for your equipment, the better. It always seems somewhere in the spring, we get that 5 or 6 days of rain and everything turns green and it's ready to rush out the door. And you have, notoriously, myself included, in many years past, crap, we forgot to change the lawnmower blades. Or, hey, we got to get a parts order in. It's like, bro, what I would suggest is get your parts order on an Excel checklist. That way you can just renew it and re-update it year over year. And you don't have to continuously make a new one and always forget 5 or 6 different things. Crap, we forgot to get our 2-stroke oil. Oh, hey, we forgot to get a box of lawnmower blades or a box of edger blades, so on and so forth. Great point there. All right, let's keep going. Ask your existing customers about add-on services or if they know anyone who needs services. Yeah, spring's a great time to ask for referrals. Also a great time to cross-sell, upsell, downsell. Frankly, if somebody doesn't want something and you're like, hey, you know what? I noticed last year we were doing this and this. We don't really probably need that. But we can, keep that budget working for you if you want to move it over here instead. That's a great question. Hey, Miss Smith, last year, I noticed that we only did 4 rounds of fertilization. We normally do 7 in this market. I know you were complaining a little bit about the weeds mid-July, but we couldn't get a broadleaf coverage on that because you only elected for 4 apps. Now's a great time to revisit that. Would you like to go up to 5 or maybe even just get the full program for 7 rounds of fertilizer? I think that's how you're going to get the best results. I know that's how you're going to get the best results, and it wouldn't cost you but that much more. Would you like to go ahead and just upgrade to the full season? I know you came out a little bit late last summer, but we can make sure that we can get your lawn looking its absolutely best. Yeah, honey, go ahead. Add me to the list. I would super appreciate that. Hey, no problem. In fact, would you even like to prepay? Hey, we can knock 5% off that, seasonal total. If it was $330, we can do the whole thing for $295. Absolutely, honey. Yep. I'm always busy traveling. Hey, no problem, Miss Smith. We gotcha. Okay. Collect 25 of those, 50 of those, 100 of those, and then you can go buy your new, Z spray or whatever your stand-on spreader spray is. Okay. Pay cash for that thing. All right, let's keep going. Having spare parts and fluids and ready to get organized. Yeah, that's a great one. 2-stroke oils, your stable, maybe some fogging oil, some starter. Is starter fluid still the right term for that? Something you just throw into the air intake? Absolutely. Any other fluids? Maybe you want to spray some fluid film on some of your winter gear or, some of the summer gear that you're not using as often. So great suggestion there. Get ahead on the renewals. Use the service agreements to get services on the calendar early. Yeah, absolutely. That is from our Piehl, P-I-E-H-L 99 from Instagram. Absolutely, guys. LawnEntrepreneurAcademy.com. Right on the homepage, scroll all the way to the bottom. You can get our free lawn agreement. That's a download that you can take, edit, customize, make it your own. That's what we send out every spring to all of our customers. It's a little checklist. Hey, check off what you want, mail it back to us. You're good to go. It's not a contract. It's just an agreement. It's just an inquiry, essentially figuring out what does the customer want. I'll do a whole nother podcast episode on it, but it's basically a way for us to book our calendar and start collecting a pulse on all the revenue that we hope to start to generate for that customer. Okay. Those are 100% a free download. You can get commercial contracts, residential contracts, rate increase letters, price increase letters, all that mess, cancellation letters. We have all those documents available under the store at LawnEntrepreneurAcademy.com. They're all $50, $100, nothing crazy. Have them buy them, download them, and you have them in your arsenal forever. A lot of you guys picked up the contract, 5 years ago when we made it available for $20. I think today it's a whopping $49. No big deal. Okay, but the lawn inquiry form is completely free. It's at the bottom of our homepage, the hero page they call your main page of your website at LawnEntrepreneurAcademy.com. All right, let's keep going. And in no particular order, start advertising and getting all your equipment ready. Yep, that is from Harmeling Customs Cuts LLC. All right, Psalms Lawn Care. Rest when you can because there won't be time for that in the spring and summer. Absolutely, brother. That's a great point. Let's keep going here. Thad 799002. Preload all suppliers' prices into the CRM. Define the process to process incoming leads. Absolutely. Yeah. Get all your suppliers' pricing ready. Understand have all the what your mulch price is this year, your irrigation prices this year. Did you put in your irrigation order for your irrigation parts from your local Ewing or Site One or whoever your local guy is? Those are all conversations that you can start having. And then also getting, again, maybe update your catalog as well in your CRM, in your book of business for all the service that you can offer. Have you updated your mulch pricing, your bed edging per linear foot pricing, your shrub pruning pricing? What is the base price for your lawn cutting this year, for crying out loud? Were you 40s and 45s last year? Do you have a full route? Are you 50s and 55s this year? Have you updated your CRM and now it's giving you even more factual, actual data where you now realize, actually, we're supposed to be at $57.50 and here we are doing $42.50 cuts. Maybe not. Maybe we're on point. Hey, actually, we're supposed to be at $52.50. We've been charged at 55s. We're a little above extra. Dude, fantastic. One thing here that I was going to suggest on, I don't have this written down, but this is why I like doing podcasts, talking out loud. You get ideas that kind of spark your brain.
At Lawntrepreneur Academy, we believe in a community where success is amplified, not diminished, by helping others. Introducing the Lawntrepreneur Academy Link membership, your ticket to a thriving lawn care business. Join our exclusive Lawntrepreneur Academy Link Facebook group where like-minded entrepreneurs share insights, advice, and encouragement. It's not just a group, it's a family dedicated to your success. As a Link member, you'll enjoy monthly hangouts to connect with fellow lawn care professionals, bidding hour calls to sharpen your business acumen, and enlightening lessons from industry experts in our monthly guest expert series. And here's the icing on the cake, our monthly group coaching calls where your specific challenges are addressed and you receive personalized guidance to excel in your business. Yeah, there's more. Gain exclusive access to the lessons from Brian, the mastermind behind Lawntrepreneur Academy. With call records, PDF recaps, and more, you'll have a treasure trove of resources at your fingertips. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to revolutionize your lawn care business. Join Lawntrepreneur Academy Link membership today, and let's grow together. Visit LawnTrepreneurAcademy.com and sign up now, or use the link in the podcast description. Lawntrepreneur Academy Link, your link to success.
See if there's any way to start working on vendors, people that you pay and people that pay you with ACH. ACH is huge. It's been making a huge push for a lot of our commercial accounts lately. I don't know if anybody out there can relate, but I will tell you, we're getting a lot of requests to be paid by ACH. And frankly, I'm all about that life. ACH, I forget the actual acronym for it. I'd have to look it up, but the ACH is just like a direct transfer. You know, it's a bank account to bank account transfer. I think the fee is like insignificant to null. Okay, it's basically nothing. Versus a credit card processing, it's 3 to 4%, which can add up. So every $100,000 that you collect in business is $3,000 to $4,000. You know, bring in $300,000-$400,000 or $500,000, you're spending $10,000-$15,000 on credit card fees. Now, it's the cost of doing business, so I don't really look at that as an L. But hey, if I can shore up half of that from our commercial pays, instead of them taking a check, or I should say maybe even paying via credit card those invoices, and we can just do ACH, then yeah, all the better. They like to do it. We'd like to take it. So that's something that I would just consider is getting yourself and others set up as an ACH with your company. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Hopefully this is helping you guys out. Maple Tree Landscape, know your numbers and make a minimum charge for your services and stick with that. Yeah, absolutely. We've been talking about this the whole podcast here. And I will tell you guys, forgive me if you guys are a regular listener to the show, but a lot of new folks listening in, the Know Your Numbers pricing and profitability calculator on LawnTrepreneurAcademy.com, absolute must resource if you're not using a Synced Up or an Element. If you have Yardbook or Jobber or Lawn Buddy or these like free apps, or you don't even have any of those and you're using Square, or maybe even sending paper and pencil, invoicing, that's fine. I love you. No big deal. But you have to do yourself some sort of service and understand what you need to be pricing your lawns at. The calculator that we built, I didn't build it. I hired someone on Upwork to build it. I've paid tons of money for it through Leverage. You guys can download it for $100. But what you do is you punch in all of your company overhead, all your variable cost overhead for all your equipment, how many man hours get worked in your business. All that number punches up to the top, which allows you to then punch in how long you're on a lawn for, what your desired profit margin is, let's say 20%, and then it'll price out your lawns for you. It's super fantastic, meaning it knows what to charge for a lawn to help you not only recover your overhead, not only to recover your equipment, but based on the time there, what you need to be charging for the lawn and to be making the said profit margin that you put in there. It's a fantastic tool. It's opening up a ton of people's eyes. The one that's like built into Element, your actual budgeting and software tool, is on a 1,000 times, X accuracy and budget, if you will. But I mean, that's with, paying $500 a month for some of the different CRMs that are out there. This calculator is a one-time use, $100, multiple overhead recovery system, and you're good to go. Okay. Please do yourself a favor and check that out. If you download it and use it, you will finally have a GPS for your business and understand how to start charging for some of the stuff that's out there. All right. Blumling Lawn Care. We got another one here. Hire before the spring rush. Absolutely. Now is a great time to start, working on future prospects for the company. Hey, where do we want to be in 30, 60, 90 days? Now is a great time to start hiring these folks. I understand that they might not be able to start work, for the next 30 or 60 days. That is a little bit of a challenge sometimes, but maybe it's worth keeping those guys on for 30 days doing, minuscule tasks or cleaning up the shop, getting familiar with the company handbook and company culture, coming to some of the meetings, maybe working with some of the spring cleanup crews before they start doing the fertilization, the irrigation, or the mowing that you hired that guy on for. But I will tell you, right now is a great time to start training your folks and getting things ready before the spring rush, because once the spring rush hits, as we all know, there's not enough time in the world to start training people, okay? All right, let's keep going. Yard Barber Inc. These are all fantastic, by the way. Thank you guys so much for submitting, following along on IG. These are really helpful. Marketing. Is that Marsha? Is that the Brady Bunch from back in the day? But Yard Barber Inc. Yep, absolutely. We talked about this. Marketing, again, 100% the way to go. Let's hit it from a different angle than your postcards, your yard signs, so on and so forth. I would encourage you to check out your vehicle wraps, your trailer wrapping, your utility signs. Maybe you got some metal signage. Maybe you have a new dump truck or dump insert. Have we, stickered up, lettered up, logoed up, the sides of those. Those are some great suggestions and some great opportunities. Also, what about local marketing around town? Any local sports, from little leagues to YMCAs to the local PTA, schools, to color runs, fun runs, 5Ks. Maybe there's a small town pancake shop that runs, little billboard ads, if you will. Maybe it's digital one or the old school letters, and $200. They show it, every Tuesday for 4 weeks straight for a month. Any of those have you evaluated? Maybe it's on a major thoroughfare where your company is located. Maybe you have a thoroughfare that your shop is located on. Have you considered building a LED digital board for $4,000 up front? A little monument sign up front, so you can actually start advertising your company. All other practical ways we can start expanding and marketing our business. So just some food for thought as we kind of scrimmage through these ideas, and just trying to have some creativity here as we get our brains moving and grooving towards the spring season. Rory, Patriot Lawn Specialist, trailer maintenance, mower maintenance with wash. Stock up on oils and filters. Yep, we've been talking about a few of those, but I love the trailer maintenance and the mower maintenance. Have you done the hydro flushes on your mowers? Most of them, 250 hours, then every 500 after that. Check your manual, check with your dealer. I'm pretty sure that's the standard suggestion with Exmark. If you are at 244 or 237, change it early, get it out of the way. Because if you're gonna drop it off at the dealer, and it's gonna be a dealer, work that those guys are gonna do, they're gonna have it for 48 hours. You don't need to be without your mower for 2 days or a week, the first 2 weeks of spring. Just get it changed now. Okay, don't wait, don't be cheap by trying to get another, week and a half under the belt. It's just not worth it. We're talking the next interval is 500 hours. Okay, if you were talking about the Exmark, for example, if for most folks, that's the remaining lifespan of that mower oil change for the hydro oil change for the season. Most of us running about 500 hours per season. So don't cheap out saying, well, I can get, 10 more hours. It's not worth it. Get it done now in February before, you need to get it done the first week of April. Okay. And also trailer maintenance. Yeah. Get your wheel hubs oiled up, greased up, all that mess. Get any hinges fixed, any locks fixed, any vents, fixed that maybe froze or broke or shattered from a hailstorm, rainstorm, windstorm through winter, right? Get any panels replaced. Maybe if your electric jack hasn't been working or airing out, or there's electrical issues, or maybe you don't have a LED turn signal or something like that that's working, right? Excuse me. That's a great time to send it off to your dealer, pay the $300, just get it done, all right? You can tell we've kind of been there, done that with a little bit of all this stuff. It's kind of funny. I'm like, yeah, we've been doing all of the above, getting stuff fixed. All right, get mower decks leveled, change oil in the mowers, check inventory of products needed. That's Tanner Butler. Yeah, I love that. If the mower tires are half life tread capacity, from where they are, when you buy them brand new, perhaps you need to level the deck a little bit. All right, or maybe the deck's just a little bit off. Right. Those are just some things that you can kind of do to make sure that they're, operating at 100%. And check inventory of products needed. Yeah, that's a great one. Perhaps you guys do more landscaping and you have foams, stakes, I don't know, bags of mulch. I went to the Almonds HQ and saw their shelving just for their landscaping inventory, and from paint cans to, chain blades to edger blades to all kinds of consumable products. They had just a shopping spree of like a Site One, if you will, just in the back corner of their warehouse towards the front doors. And so, yeah, that's a great time to start doing an inventory on all those different things and start buying it by the case or the pallet, just so you have it on hand. The polymeric sand, I remember them having a whole pallet of that, stuff that they use almost every day, every week, part of their business. So absolutely check your inventories. All right, is this fun or what? There's about 10 more of these. I'm going to try to go fast, and we'll maybe do this as a part 2 as well. When you live in the South, it's year round. I just mowed my lawn 2 weeks ago. That's awesome, man. I first started getting into the mowers ready and then knocking door hangers to get my name out there. There you go. Other than preparing the equipment, we go out and start advertising before the season. Yeah, and by the way, this is a great time. People are like, well, I'm going to, start marketing my business once the weather hits. I'm like, well, a lot of the big stuff that you're looking for, the commercial stuff, has already been bid on since October, November, December, January. Now's the time to start marketing to the commercial properties, the HOA properties, networking to the, the regional property management companies that you can get in with. Say, hey, do you have any sites to take out? Or, hey, maybe you have a company and you just expanded your service route. They're only feeding you work to 2 cities, but you're now doing work in 4 cities. Hey, do you have any other, businesses or part of that route that you could sub out to us that we're looking to grow more business? And they say, oh, well, A, we didn't know you were even doing work in these other 2 towns. Or B, yes, absolutely. We have these kinder care, child care centers, and we just originally only had you do in the 2 Chipotles in town. What else you got? I mean, this is a great time to start networking and saying, what else you got in your portfolio? How far away is it? Where is it at? How much is the revenue? If you have some strip mall down the road that's worth $24,000 and it's like 2 miles out of your route, well, maybe we'll consider that, right? And also maybe this is the time where you're not considering those things and you want to shore off some of those and shore up and say, actually, we're not doing that. We're actually shrinking our route. We're getting more tight on route density. We dropped a mow crew to add a landscape crew instead, more profitable work. Have those conversations, but don't drop the ball on those guys in April. Okay. All right. If you are a bigger company, start hiring now. Can't agree more. Another one I just thought about, ordering company shirts. It's a great time. Go reach out to Chance Daily Hustle. They'll get you hooked up. Promo code Brian, I think, saves you something there. Line up recurring revenue contracts and establish what our growth goals look like. Yeah, absolutely. Have you set a target for your company? What are you trying to accomplish this year? That's a great one. I know we didn't, really hammer goal setting January 1st. I know a couple guys did, which is great. But what are your revenue goals for the year? What's your top line goals? What's your bottom line goals? What's the organization of your company, projected to look like this year? What are you trying to accomplish? If you got to the end of this year and you look back, what would a successful year look like, feel like, sound like, right? Put pen to paper. Hey, this year I want to make 80 grand, 200 grand, 500,000. Fantastic. Write that down and you'll be surprised and it'll be wild, right? When you actually get to the end of the year and you actually did that or made that. But if you're hesitant to write down a goal or you're not really a writing down a goal type of person, well, let me ask you, if you get to the end of the year and you hit what you wrote down and you got it, right? But you didn't write anything down. Hello? It's like you're going to be happy about hitting nothing. And you can fight that all you want. I'm just telling you, it really does work. You need to write down your goals, your dreams, and your visions, okay? A couple more, and we'll button this one up. Make a list of commercial property managers to reach out to in late February, March. Absolutely. We were just talking about that. Schedule everything out and set expectations for all of your clients. Absolutely. We did a podcast episode just a couple weeks ago talking about expectations and communications. Is this the year you're incorporating a newsletter? Is this the year that you're going to adopt the text messaging feature from your CRM to notify people when you were there, when you came, when you're coming, right? Those are really, really helpful to communicate more with your customers. It's all about your crew. Get in touch with them and help now and show them that you care. STEMIS Outdoor. Absolutely. Now's the time to train, for the next 6-8 weeks until you guys rush out the door and go crush it, okay? What do they say? Champions aren't made in the ring. They're only recognized in the ring. now is the time to start training your guys, and that will be an outward performance. It will know who is working and investing into their people on the back end through the off season, if you will. All right, so let's go. I got 4 more. We'll button this one up. Quick half-hour podcast for you guys today. Hopefully these are helping you. Maybe just jogging some ideas. Let's see. Have you everything on the back end prepped and ready to go? Tanner, absolutely. Maintenance, follow up with customers, route assessments, marketing strategy. Katie, landscape. Yeah, I'd say now's a great time to evaluate your routes. Do we have any outliers? People that, fell through the cracks that we took on and fell through the cracks in a good way, maybe that, we just added them on because it was Aunt Sue or, a friend of a friend. Is there anybody that needs to be let go, that we need to let them go and promote them to another company, right? Both internally and also for customers, right? Is there anybody that I was just had a coaching call with somebody a couple of weeks ago about this. We're talking about making mowing more profitable, broadly speaking. I said, well, is there any lawns that, we estimated we'd be there for 24 minutes. We had a $50 cut. We ended up being there for 45 minutes and realizing, hey, this, even though the market's a $45 cut in this area, we got them for 50. We think we're doing well. The reality is it should be a $65 cut because their lawn septic tank or something in the back just grows like a nuclear fertilized weed back then. The lawn's lime green, and this thing grows 10 inches a week, even in August with no rain. Is this something that we have to have a genuine conversation with the customer in the off season and say, hey, look, we're mowing it for $50 last year. We love you. We appreciate you. But I'm just going to be honest with you. Your lawn grows like crazy. I know, honey. I told you that when you signed up. Yeah, you did. I do apologize. But I will tell you, me and my crew, we were here. It almost takes us double, the time to cut the lawn. It grows so thick in the backyard, even when it doesn't rain. Oh, I know. Well, hey, we'd love to keep you on as a client. I just got to be honest with you. We're going to have to adjust the pricing. I know we were doing it for 50. I'd love to honor that. I just, unfortunately, our costs are going up. We're going to have to cut it for $65. That's what I can offer. I do apologize for the increase, but it's just the nature of business. It's what I have to charge to make sure that we can run a profitable route over here and still make sure that we can give you the best quality of service, that we can do with me and my guys. If you don't want to go with us, I totally understand that. There's a lot of options in town. We'd love to keep you. I know our work, the schedule, how to our invoicing works. We'd love to keep you. So what do you think about that? Is that something that you'd like to continue on, or would you like to maybe shop around a little bit? And you know what? I don't mind letting customers go. I don't mind just saying, hey, there's other options out there. I don't mind saying, hey, we are a little bit more expensive because we're trying to make profit. And people are like, well, you're being too honest with people. They're going to leave you. Frankly, folks, people are creatures of habits. They don't like change. $5, $10, they're going to piss them on a little bit, but then they're going to renew. Because it's the fear of the known versus the fear of the unknown, or whatever that is. People are creatures of habits, myself as well. I don't want to change anything. I don't care if my cleaning lady says it's going to be an extra $20 a week or $20 every 2 weeks. It is what it is. I get it. All right. So now's a great time to evaluate. Do you have any lawns like that? Do you have any commercial sites that, keep, moving the cheese, or any subcontracted sites that you were hoping to take them on, but they didn't come through with something. And then you're like, well, this is actually as profitable as we thought. I know a lot of people are picking up the Dollar Trees, the Dollar Generals, or the Waffle Houses or whatever. And they're like, you know what? These don't pay very well, or they don't pay very quickly on time. Well, then get rid of them. Yeah, well, I'm going to get rid of a big chunk of my commercial work then. And, last year we did $100,000 with them. Yeah, but they were notoriously 90 days late and you didn't make any money on mowing. So what's the point? Right? It's like, dude, if you're not making any money on them, I don't care how much the gross is on it. It's not a profitable account, profitable endeavor. Fair enough. So what kind of customers have slip through the cracks? Anybody that should be, that's an outlier on the route, anything we can thicken up. If we get rid of these 2 accounts, those 4 accounts, this church and this strip mall, none of them paid well. And then we started a marketing campaign in these 3 subdivisions where the rest of that Tuesday route is. And if we got 8 new customers there at $55 a pop, that's $400. We replaced $280 in revenue. and my guys don't have to move around as much. We're creating more efficiency, more productivity, more profitability in that route. This is an absolute no-brainer. Also, we're trying to get more snow and more landscaping services in there. The other commercial sites had, zero maintenance beds with rocks and shrubbery. Everybody here has pruning, mulch, wants snow, and I can get them on a spring aeration, if not a fall aeration overseed. Right? Like, this is where the revenue opportunity lies. Okay. So just do a list, list out all your customers. I don't care if you got 20, 200 or 5,000, list out all your customers. Who got what? Where's there room to upsell? And let's create a sales process to go after that work. Okay. Let's do this really quick. Last one or two. I got one more from Mulder Outdoors, and then we'll wrap it up. I'll just give my 2 cents. Get your lawnmower blades in order. Upsize, downsize your storage. If you need more containers, storage lockers, so on and so forth, get a new one. If you don't, get rid of one. Can you consolidate? Okay, sweep them up, clean them up, do all those miscellaneous little repairs and tasks. If you have like I said, an LED light that's burned out, it will catch up with you. Somebody will pull you over. It's not worth the $500 ticket or the fix-it ticket that you're trying to do in June. Take care of that stuff now. Well, I don't have the money. You will have money in 30 to 60 days. It's not a big deal. Go put the $150 on your card and you'll be able to pay it off in no time. Okay. It's not that big of a deal. Check your hand tools, right? Is your trimmer on its last life, your edger on its last life, your leaf blower on its last life? Consider upgrading to new equipment. These are just some of the things that I would think about. Okay. Have you had your employee handbook revised and updated? This is a big one for us that we're going to make sure that everybody's got the revised and updated version here in March. We have ours available on LaunchpreneurAcademy.com. Has everybody read it? Has everybody seen it? Have you discussed holidays? Have you discussed paid time off? What are you doing for vacation after somebody's worked with you for a year or 2 years now? Right? Like, what's your company policies? What's your company policy for requesting time off? Do you have expectations with your people that they're working 6 days a week through spring in the first part of summer, the first part of June? Okay. These are just some of the different conversations that I'd have with my folks. What is your vision statement, your mission statement, your company goals, your company values? Have you communicated these to your folks? Be like, man, there's a lot to do in spring to get ready to go. Yeah, it's a business, bro. This is a conversation that every single business has in one way, shape, or form in a 12-month period. It's their strategy session, their strategy meeting. I can't get a hold of certain friends of mine that have big businesses because no, I'm busy that day. I'm busy that week. You caught me at a bad time. I'm in this city. I'm in Orlando. I'm in Texas. I'm in, Colorado. I'm at a mission trip with my company, a strategy planning meeting, strategy session. Oh, okay. That's what the big guys do. And then people wonder, like, how do the small guys ever get to be big guys? Well, all they did was they strategized. They put pen to paper. They created a budget. They have a plan. Right? So this is the kind of stuff that you do have to do. And then put it in as a repeating reminder in your phone or public calendar and say, hey, every year, the first week of February is our company strategy meeting, a company mission. That's what we do. And then by March 1st, we present it to the team. And by March 15th, we're out the doors or whatever. Okay? Vision statement, goal setting, so on and so forth. Those are huge. Okay. I'm telling you real time, this is the stuff that we're doing. We're incorporating as we round up some loose ends on our company as well. Okay. Last but not least, I do like this one from Mulder and living the dream here. Mr. Mulder, take a vacation with your family and breathe. Yeah, no doubt about it, man. Go figure. Ironically enough, I'm actually down here in, like I said, Tampa and Orlando for a 7-day vacation here with our family. Some much needed R&R. This is to recoup and recover from fall and the first part of winter for us. It has been a very wild last 90 days. And so this is a recoup and recover for us. I will tell you, we're going to come back, hit it really hard for about 2 weeks. I've got cabinets to be installed. We've got lev rack, pallet racking system to be installed at the barn. We've got banners to hang, flags to hang, company values, mission, goals, and standards that we're going to be putting together, vision statements we're going to be putting together with the guys. Talking about revenue, we are learning LMN furiously behind the scenes, whatever the word is, very quickly behind the scenes to get on-ramped. Then again, similarly, we're going to take a 2-week break because we do quite a bit around here, as you guys might imagine. This doesn't turn off. And so for us, we're going to take another 2-week vacation, go down to Destin, Florida for a little while with the family. And then once we get back, it's basically afterburners, late February for us as we get ready for the spring rush, as we normally kind of gear up around March 1st. Okay. So take a vacation and breathe. If you can afford it, if you can wiggle a week out of town or even just a long weekend, 4 or 5 days, I think it would pay a huge investment into your family, you and the spouse, you and the hubby, you and the wifey. I think that would be a great idea. Liz and I know, and we talk about, like, we don't really do a bunch of vacation days, mid-March, the first part of April, if you will. There's a good 8 to 10 week window where it's game on. She knows that. I know that. That's our spring rush. Mike Bedell coined that for my listenership on our podcast a long time ago. He goes, that's our Black Friday. That's our Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas, rush for retail, November through Christmas. And that's the same thing for us in the spring with March, April, and even May. Once flowers are done, first few tons of fert are done, our cleanups are done, our mulch is done, our mows are going, the route's going. Then it's kind of routine maintenance for about, the next 5 months. And there's landscaping, of course, in between there. But that first 10, 12 weeks, it's all hands on deck. Okay, so if you're trying to plan a vacation there, you might be able to peel off for a 3-day, 4-day weekend, maybe. But I'm just telling you, for us personally, it is all game on. I mean, we waited all 5 months of winter to be able to get ready for that spring rush, if that makes sense. So if you're like, hey, 3 weeks into March, April, you're like, I need a vacation. You might need to change vocation because it's not going to be for you. That is a time to work your butt off and make money. You can't answer the phone quick enough. You can't get work scheduled quick enough. You can't get plants in the ground quick enough, mulch in the beds quick enough, the lawn start mowing, right? It's going to be just gangbusters, and we love it. Okay. So if you can, take a family vacation now. You don't have to do anything extravagant or wild or out of town or Mexico or Florida. If you can afford it and you've made some good money through winter, or this is just part of your annual budget, fantastic. You can dip out of town, but hey, go to the Great Wolf Lodge, bro, for 3 days. It's not that big of a deal. A couple $100 invested. You'll have a great time there, and that might just be a great time to pull the family together for a couple of days to get everybody, not just you and the wife, to get everybody on the same page, including the kids, and say, hey, it's going to be a busy 8 weeks, 10 weeks. It always is. But after we get through this, we're all going to take a family vacation to XYZ. Pick your thing. Okay. It's a little give and take. All right. That's what I got for you guys in today's podcast. These are really good, man. There's probably about 40 or 50 tips realistically that we went through here. I'd say at least 25 or 30. So hopefully these are helpful for you guys. These are good for me. These are things that it's our running to-do list, if you will. So I can't wait to get back into Michigan, not because of the weather, but to, put some pen to paper and get this stuff executed and to take action on everything that we're sharing with you guys, that you guys have shared with me. So thank you so much for participating. Thank you guys for these suggestions. These are solid. And that's what I got for you in today's episode. Last thing I'll just say, again, just a little quick plug and promo here. That kind of wraps up the podcast episode, but I'll just tell you, I'm really genuinely excited about having Blake Albertson on with us from B&B Lawn Care, part of Lawntrepreneur Academy. Link Tuesday this week. Normally it's on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. This time it's going to be on Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Hope to, have you guys join us on that call. It's going to be a really, really good time. Like I said, Blake has got a successful business out of the, Kansas City, Missouri area. Guy doubled his business last year, just kicking butt like crazy. So if you guys want to ask him some questions, we'll have probably a good hour and a half live stream Q&A. He's going to be there rocking and rolling. We can't wait to have him on. So check it out. And then 2 weeks from there, we'll have another special guest, and we're just going to keep that momentum going. So that's what I got for you on today's podcast episode, guys. Appreciate you listening. Appreciate you joining with us. And we look forward to catching up with you guys here on the next one.
Before you turn off the podcast, there are two things that we believe you will be highly interested in. First, if you're looking to stay up to date with the latest trends and insights in the world of lawn care, then you'll want to subscribe to our free email newsletter. It shows up in your inbox 3 times a week and includes a Monday motivational to kick off your week, a Wednesday what's new to keep you informed, and a Friday weekly recap of all the content we put out. The second thing is we have just launched Lawntrepreneur Academy Link. Now you can be a part of an exclusive community that links you to those who can help you grow in your lawn care business. Joining Lawntrepreneur Link will give you the tools that you need to stay accountable, get real-time expert advice, and find belonging in a community of folks who are passionate about the lawn care industry just like you. Visit LawnTrepreneurAcademy.com to learn how Link membership gives you unique access to monthly hangouts, bidding hour calls, coaching calls, expert lessons, and more. Stay ahead of the curve and level up your business with a membership to the Lawntrepreneur Academy Link. Find an easy-to-use link in the podcast description.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.
This has been a Brian Fullerton and Mr. Producer production.